Big Man is close to completing his goal after killing Goku and all the Z Warriors, and now he wants to kill the last living god of destruction, that is Beerus. Will he be able to? Big Man is close to eliminating Zeno-Sama and Daishinkan. This is the last episode of this amazing story, so grab a bucket of popcorn and your soda and come with me. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and comment what you think of this story. Well, without further ado, let's start following this incredible story. In Universe 6. Currently in the 6th universe, more precisely on the planet of the God of Destruction, it was possible to see Big Man and the angel Aminet facing Beerus and Whis, who were releasing a large amount of energy. And all that because Big Man and Aminet had killed the current God of Destruction of that universe and its angel. But it was not Big Man who killed the angel Vados, but Aminet, who was Vados' sister. But that did not stop Aminet from killing Vados without the slightest mercy. Vados wanted to stop Aminet from killing Champa, but that's why Aminet had to kill Vados, because to her all 12 angels of those universes were not her brothers and sisters, so Vados was nothing more than an obstacle to Big Man's wishes. Everyone in the place was looking at each other, waiting for each other's first move, but unlike Beerus and Whis, who were releasing their aura, Big Man and Aminet were with a relaxed posture, as if the fight that was going to happen between them was nothing, and it wouldn't even be worth their effort, and that irritated Beerus. But what irritated the 7th universe God of Destruction the most was the smile that Big Man had plastered on his face. But soon Big Man's expression changed as he lifted his foot and felt that Champa was still under his feet. And seeing that, the God of Destruction Big Man thought of a way to piss off Beerus even more. Big Man said, I think this belongs to you, Beerus. After all, I don't want to be with this useless. So take advantage of your brother, still having a physical body thanks to Aminet. Big Man said before kicking Champa's body towards Beerus, who ended up catching his brother's body in his arms. Beerus, seeing his dead brother's body in his arms, thought of asking Whis to bring his brother back to life, but suddenly Champa's body began to disintegrate, and in a few minutes, he ended up becoming particles of energy of destruction. And at that moment, Beerus widened his eyes before letting out a scream that was more like a roar. Beerus' aura increased to a level that surprised Whis and made Big Man extremely excited, as Beerus showed to have great power than Big Man was expecting. But that wasn't the most surprising thing. Big Man was surprised when Beerus, in a state of pure rage, ended up activating his form of God of Destruction, causing his aura to increase so much that it ended up destroying the entire planet of the God of Destruction and several places that were light years from where Beerus and Big Man were. After that huge explosion that destroyed everything that was close to Beerus and light years from the place in which billions of species were surely extinct because of the explosion, everyone could see that Beerus now had an aura of destruction around his body, which caused Beerus to have darker skin than normal, and on his chest was a symbol of the destruction of the 7th universe. Big Man said, "This power, yes, that's it. That's what I wanted to see. Beerus, come and show me the power of the strongest God of Destruction of this era, and give me a real battle." Big Man spoke very excitedly. Suddenly he received a punch so strong that it made Big Man feel a great pain in his face, and because of the blow, he ended up being launched kilometers away from that location. Big Man was happy after receiving that blow because that was all he ever wanted. Big Man recovered quickly and activated his God of Destruction form, and then advanced against Beerus, who did the same thing. And when both gods of destruction approached, they exchanged the first blow, which generated an explosion so large that it could be equal to that of the Big Bang itself, but in a reduced version. Aminet and Whis, who were away from their gods of destruction, also started their confrontation with Whis, advancing against his sister, who ended up defending all of his blows with great mastery. Whis saw that his sister had a very sharp vision to the point of dodging his blows, so Whis walked away, and then fired a spear of energy that ended up turning into thousands of spears of ki. Not seeing that, Aminet just waited, and when she saw the spears very close to her, Aminet snapped her fingers, making her and Whis switch places. Now it was Whis who would receive those blows fired by himself. Whis didn't have time to leave the place, so he ended up having to defend himself using his own body, and because of his own attack, Whis ended up getting serious injuries. Whis, after receiving the attack, thought about reacting or planning a way to defeat Aminet, but she was faster and appeared on Whis' back, and then put one of her hands on his back. And when Whis noticed a dome of energy surrounding him, and suddenly several currents of energy came out of complete nothingness, and began to imprison every part of his body, such as his legs, his arms, his abdomen, his neck, and they prevented him from moving and using his powers. Amunet said, "I would kill you, but the Master wants to face all the angels too, and I don't want to make the Master angry or sad, so I'll just seal you away for now. But soon I will release you. My Master will kill you in no time. So until then, stay quiet and wait for your time of death." Amunet spoke while looking at Whis, who was going to try to say something, when new chains appeared and trapped his mouth, preventing him from speaking. Going back to the battle between Big Mun and Beerus, it was possible to see that both were facing each other at a frantic pace, and with each punch they gave each other, an explosion was generated. And with each explosion, thousands of planets were destroyed, and with that billions of races and lives disappeared. In the battle, Beerus surprised Big Mun, showing that he was more powerful than Big Mun himself, which made him excited, because it had been thousands of years since Big Mun had not fought seriously. Suddenly, the course of the battle changed when a silver aura appeared around Big Mun, making him dodge thousands of blows from Beerus that were so fast that they surpassed several times the speed of light. And that silver aura was the power of Ultra Instinct that Big Mun finally ended up activating to defeat Beerus. Big Mun activated the power of Ultra Instinct and with that dodged all of Beerus's blows. Big Mun in a short period of time landed billions of blows on Beerus, showing that if Beerus surpassed the speed of light several times, Big Mun surpassed the speed of light in trillions of times. And with that, Beerus didn't have time to react when Big Mun ended up sticking his hand in the center of Beerus's chest. Big Mun spoke, "Thank you for the amazing fight, but now I need to say goodbye." Big Mun spoke before generating an explosion inside Beerus's chest that ended up killing him, and along with him, half of the 7th universe disappeared and the rest collapsed. With the fall of Beerus, all the gods of destruction ended up dead, and after that battle, Big Mun ended up entering a kinda coma. And Amunet, seeing this, took her master to another dimension, and in that Amunet performed a ritual using 12 spheres of destruction. That meant the god of destruction that Big Mun had killed, and using that ritual, Amunet ended up making Big Mun drain the power of all those gods of destruction. And after weeks, Big Mun woke up more powerful than ever, and Big Mun started the last phase of his plan, which was to kill all the angels and then Daishinkan. And his first target was Whis, who even managed to hurt Big Mun, making him gain a scar on his chest. But Whis ended up being defeated and killed by Big Mun, who then absorbed the power of Whis. And after that, Big Mun hunted each of the angels, killing each of them one by one in different, brutal, and merciless ways. After the death of all the angels, Big Mun went after Daishinkan and faced the High Priest, but the Daishinkan could not find out that Big Mun he was facing was a clone, and that the real one was going after Zeno. Big Mun managed to kill Zeno, because even though he was the most powerful being in all the universes, Zeno was not a warrior. Zeno only had raw power, and Big Mun was a warrior. So it was easy for him to kill Zeno, and by killing him, Big Mun ended up taking the power of Zeno, temporarily creating an attack that the Daishinkan couldn't survive. And he really couldn't. And thus Big Mun fulfilled his objective, which was to kill the Daishinkan. Billions of years have passed since the time of Zeno, and after that time Big Mun ended up becoming the most powerful being in existence. And using the super spheres, he brought all universes back to normal. And with that, Big Mun recruited the most powerful mortals, and ended up turning them into gods of destruction who were trained by the gods of destruction at the time of Big Mun. And that was the new world created by Big Mun, the supreme god of destruction. With that, we'll end the story of Big Mun becoming the biggest villain in the Dragon Ball Super history. Tell me, did you expect this ending? Want to see a more possible continuation of the story? Comment and let us know so we can get started with the continuation. Don't forget to like the video, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you another day.